keys to the game, because this is not necessarily a key to winning this game, but it could be. Bo Nix racking up the stats, not because of this game or just to win this game, but to help solidify the Heisman potentially.
I honestly don't think he needs it. I mean, compare him to Jaden Daniels, which a lot of people have this year. Jaden Daniels has had to play all 4 quarters. And I feel like the committee is going to look at that as well, of what has Bo done in 6 to 8 less quarters than Jaden Daniels has.
Well, and I don't mean he's going to keep him in there all 4 quarters just to keep throwing the ball an extra 100 yards. I mean, like, he's going to put the foot on the gas the first 2.5 quarters, blow out the scoreboard, and then pull Nix just to give him, because he is the front runner right now. So at this point, win and just try to pad a little on top just to make it look a little bit better. Just like if he had set the school record, if he had set that school record for touchdown, that'd be one more notch kind of in his accomplishment list.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at that point, definitely, like, obviously going back to Jaden Daniels, like, he's got one more throwing touchdown, at least 5 more rushing, but it's not like we need Bo to rush at all. Yeah. That's what we got Bucky and Jordan James for. Like, as far as like passing stats go, like, they're almost equal. So maybe pad a little stats here and there, whether that be passing yards, touchdowns, whatever it may be, and then kind of pull him to kind of solidify that. Like, yes, F the Heisman, but
yeah, and it's not about the Heisman. It's about winning, get to the championship, win the Pac-12, and go from there. But if he can get the Heisman in this process by solidifying, by throwing a couple extra touchdowns on top of it, Dan Lanning will let him do that. And that's it. Rushing, I was like, how much rushing does Nix have this year? I was like, it can't be more than 200 tops. Yeah, it's 100.
No, he doesn't have a lot this year.
It's 128. Because they have not run him at all, almost. A few QB sneaks and a couple of those like designed quarterback like kind of power runs for first downs. That's about it.
Yeah, nothing major. He hasn't really had to run the yak yet this year.
Yeah, he's hardly even scrambled for much because he hadn't had to, which has been quite impressive. That's helped him really healthy.
Whereas Daniels is always scrambling, having to run outside the pocket.
Yeah, because I mean, last year he put up, what was it, like 800 yards of rushing almost before he got hurt. I think.
Yeah,
five, somewhere between like 500 and 600 to 800 yards or something last year.
Yeah, he ran for quite a bit last year. I think it was 7 something.
That might have been what it was. I know it was definitely in the high numbers, and then he got hurt, and then he stopped running.
Yeah,
of course.
Got hurt in that Washington game. That was the tail of our season.
But I
know the reason Washington beat us too.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point, though. Is he doesn't need to put up stats, but I think just like that touchdown record, Dan knew it was there, so he tried to let him have it. Yeah, he tried to give it to him. Like, why not? One more little notch on the belt for the season. So,
well, I mean, why not kind of solidify yourself as, hey, this is like I am the Heisman winner at this point, because we know if we win, obviously we're in the Pac-12 championship. LSU is sitting at home waiting to figure out what bowl game they're going to.
Yeah, I mean,
and then you obviously kind of beat Washington in the Pac-12 championship too. Like,
yeah, because and the funny thing is, since we're just on this, a lot of people go, well, how is he above Penix? Penix beat him. But if you look at that game, Bo did nothing wrong didn't do anything like wrong to lose that game.
No.
It was just not the right play calls. Stein and Lanning both said, yeah, we still would have gone for it. We would have just picked better plays. And that was on them. That wasn't Nix's fault.
Well, and even looking at the numbers, Nix outplayed Penix in that game. So,
Yeah, it's not like he had a fatal turnover or something in the end that cost it or anything like that. There was no turnover. So, you know, and and that's a good point too. We've been saying, I'd like to see Bo run a little bit more, and I think that that's something they're saving. If they don't have to do it, I don't think they're doing it. They're trying to let him throw it and show just being go through his progressions. But I think they have probably a couple pages of trick running plays for Bo
that they haven't even used yet. Exactly.
Honestly, there's probably quite a few different design running plays that we have for Bo that we haven't used because we haven't needed to at all because of the fact that wide receivers
it's like a back page that needs to get dusted off, like come the championship game especially, and moving forward. If they need to. If they don't need to use it in the championship game, even if we get there, then save it for like potential playoff or like a New Year's Six, whatever the result is.